Hi everyone and welcome to lesson 3 of Central Academic Reports. In this lesson we're going to have a look at how we can complete the outcomes section of the reports. Now I'm currently in the course results area that we just kind of finished in the last video. Now what you'll see on the left hand side here is pretty much the order that you're going to work through when you're producing your reports. So you can see the course results there which we've pulled through. The next one is outcomes, followed by the personal profile. Then we'll do the teacher's comments. Then we'll look at doing the class status. So that'll basically tell us whether we've completed all the relevant sections of the reports, and also that'll be useful for your head teacher. And then finally, the printing off section. So without further ado, let's jump into the outcomes section. So I'm just going to click on outcomes there. Alright, so this is where we are, and now you can see the status for the class here. You can see it's all in the one bar red there, which basically means nothing has been done on that. Now there's a couple of things to note. At this point in time, chances are that your mark book has not been set up to pull across grades for each of your outcomes. Now whilst I say that, you may have spoken to your head teacher. Your head teacher may have also spoken to Jonathan, and you might be in the works, or you might have that in the works in terms of getting your mark book linked so that it will pull through grades for each of those outcomes. So that's something that you really need to negotiate with your head teacher and also Jonathan. I think at this point in time, as I record this, the mark books have only been set up to pull through the final grade and the rank. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the manual way as to how we can enter those outcome grades, if you like. So the first thing to note is that you'll see these slots over here where we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll notice when I hover over number 1, it actually tells me what the outcome is. So here I can see it's about using trig. Number 2 there, determining the derivative of a function, understands and applies the concepts, and then I think we've got there, understands and applies the concepts of a locus. So they're the outcomes. In this area here, we'll see the overall grade. Now basically what will happen is as we plug in the grades in here relative to that outcome, it's then going to aggregate that and pull that final grade through there, if you like, as being the overall grade. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at Erica here, and let's say, for example, using trig, she gets a C. Now for determining the derivative, let's say she got a B for that one. And applies, yeah, we'll give her a B for that one as well. And let's say, for example, now you can see currently she's getting a B. And I'm going to go for this one, I'm going to give her a C. Now you'll see it's aggregated that overall grade out as being a B. Now let's just say, for example, that we think that she's not in fact a B, she's a high C, let's say. Well, we can actually force overwrite the grade there. So I can actually say, actually no, she's a C. So there you can see I've forced it. The original generated or aggregated grade there was a B. And we can see the green bars done there, so that basically means I've completed that. So I'm just going to very quickly go and throw in some more here for Juliet. So let's say she gets a C there. She's outstanding for that one. She gets a B there, and she's a C there. So we can see the aggregate there being a B. So basically you just go through, if you're doing it the manual way, you're going to go through there, do all of your class. Once that's done, you're ready to move over to the next part. You can, if you have a look, you can click on the number 1s up here. That will take you through to a different view. So this is where I can actually say, for example, I can go through and click. In fact, I'm just going to reset here. So let's say, for example, you can see the uses trigonometry up here. So this is basically the active outcome. So let's say I gave her a B. I can go, actually I could fill down also, handy to know. I'm just going to reset that again. Now, let's say, for example, I'm going to go save and next. That will move me on to the next outcome there. So I could go, okay, yep, she gets a C and all of that sort of stuff. So you get the idea. Anyhow, I'm just going to jump back out of that. Back to here. What did she get before? I gave her a C, I think. All right, so that's the outcome section. Hopefully that gave you a bit of an insight. And as I said earlier, if your mark book isn't set up correctly to pull through those grades, then that's a conversation that you'll probably need to have with your head teacher and Jonathan. See you in the next video.